Welcome back to the Mastercam 3D programming session. So in this session I will teach you that how we can create semi-finishing toolpath for this cavity. So we will use a waterline finishing toolpath for semi-finishing. So click on that waterline and here you can define the machining geometry. So select the entities, these all are the entities, select that and then say end selection. Wall stock you can leave the stock for finishing. So we will leave 0.1 mm of stock in wall and floor also. Here we will define the boundary. So select on this boundary chain and then select containment boundary. So this is the containment boundary and then say OK. So the next one is tool. Here we will define the tool and what we will use? We will use bull end mill of 6 or 1. And then next you can define the feed speed and retraction value as per your tool, and here you can define the cut parameter. So simply you can give a 0.15 mm of cut, and here we will not use minimum and maximum depth because there is no open area. Go to the linking parameter and here you can define the enter exit. So these all are the basic. So it's already okay, so we don't need to change everything. If you need a word horizontal arc entry 1 mm, so you can change that, and R filter tolerance you can define here. So I don't need these settings. I only need 0 to 5 of tolerance, 250 micron, and then say OK. So simply it will create the semi-finishing toolpath in this cavity. And after this we will create finishing toolpath in the same cavity. Okay, go to the view tab and say multi-threading. Click on the multi-threading. It will show you that processing speed. So it's been 74%. Okay, so I will click on this. So you can see this is semi-finishing toolpath and this is very compact toolpath. There is no retraction and all. I will show you the backlot. So this is semi-finishing toolpath. Okay, it's looking good. And then say top view, and here now we will create finishing toolpath. So we will use equal scallop toolpath for finishing, actual finishing, equal scallop. Here as previous you can define the machining model. So this is the select entities option, select the model and then say end selection, leave the stock. We don't have to leave stock because now we are going to finish it completely. So make it 0, all the things make it 0, and go to the toolpath control and select the boundary. So this is the boundary and then say OK. Here you can define the tool. So we will use ball and mill. So ball and mill, we will use 6 mm of ball cutter. Here we will give the length, next, and then finish. Now we will go to the cut parameter tab. This is very important tab. So here we will say expand inside to out. No, if you will click on this, so your tool will start from the middle of this cavity, but we don't have to start from here, right? We have to start from outer and then we have to go in inner of this cavity. So we will deactivate that option, and here you can give the step over. So we will make it 0.2 mm of step over for finishing, and here we will say keep tool down within 100% step, and then say transition, we will say ramping motion while it will take a transition or it will change the pass. So we will make it 3 degree of ramping. Go to the steep and shallow. Here you can give the 0 to 90, that is default, and that is also fine. We don't have to change anything there. Go to the linking parameter and here you can give the clearance value and give the minimum vertical retract, that should be a 5000 of feed retraction. Our filter and tolerance, so this is 0 to if it is 20 microns, so you can change. If you need better finish, then you can make it 1 micron. Yeah, that's fine, and then we will say okay. So now it will create the complete finishing compact toolpath. So you will get the better finish by using equal scale up toolpath. So here I will show you the multi-threading. So it will show you the processing. So now processing is going on. It will take some time, lesser than 1 minute or maybe higher. Let's wait for some time. Okay, that's good. So as you can see, now it is showing that processing has been done. So this is the complete finishing toolpath. You can see there is no okay, it's looking good. So this is completely a compact and smooth toolpath. So absolutely you can use it for actual machining. So after this I will show you that how we can verify it with stock model. We will deactivate all the toolpaths, and here I will select stock setup, and here I will select all solid. So this is the Y stock, this is the X stock, and this is the Z stock, and then say okay. So now after this we will verify it, because now we have defined all the things, and here we will say verify selected all the operations in actual block. So it will show you the actual cutting in the stock model. So you can see this is a stock model. So now I will start, but before that I will change the color loop. So if you will active this, then you will get all the toolpath in different colors. So let's say it play. So the roughing toolpath is going on. We will make it faster. That's looking good. So I think this is semi. It was rest roughing, right? So here you can say stop condition. Use stop condition. Here you can say stop the toolpath. Stop the verification when operation will change. Okay. So I will say play. Okay. So now it is showing press play, because we have used stop condition, and then say play. So it is a semi finish. We will make it faster. So as you can see, semi finish is going on. So after this, it will run this finishing toolpath. Let's wait for some time. Actually, I have given, I think, 0.1 or something of depth of cut. That's why it is taking so much time. No problem, we will wait for the finishing toolpath. So as you can see, we have done the semi finishing toolpath. And now we are going to start real actual last finishing toolpath, that is equal scale up strategy. So let's play it. Okay, so 6 mm ball cutter is moving now. We will make it faster. Okay. So it's looking very smooth. Okay, fantastic. So as you can see, we have done the finishing toolpaths. So it's looking very smooth, and here it is showing that there is some material, but we can't use very small tool in this cavity. So it's looking good. So one more option I will show you, that is raster toolpath. So in this cavity there is nothing like that I can show you the raster finishing toolpath. So I will create a profile in which I will show you that how we can raster toolpath. So I will go to the wireframe tab and I will create a spline, simple spline like this and this. It's like a wave, and I will go to the surface tab and I will say draft, select the curves and then say okay. So I will draft it maximum 100. No, it's so much higher. I will make it 50 both side. So it's like a wave, right? So now I will show you that how we can use raster toolpath in this kind of 3D profile. So go to the toolpath tab and here I will say wireframe, and I will create, first of all I will create 3D boundary for this profile. Okay, so you can see I don't need this one, and all other one is looking good. So I will select all wireframe from here and I will change the wireframe width so we can easily understand that which one is the outer boundary. Okay, go to the toolpath tab and select here, you can select raster, and here you can define the surfaces. Okay, I will leave the stock 0, floor stock 0. Go to the toolpath control and select this curve, and then okay. Go to the tool, I will select 6 spherical tool, and here I will go to the cut parameter. I will give the step over and I will make it 0.2 mm of step over, and now here you can change the machining angle. If you need 0 degree, then it will machine like this. If you need 45 degree, then you will get the toolpath like this, and if you need 90 degree, then you will get like this. So we will make it 0 and then we will see, and here you have to give 100% of keep tool down, and here you can say transition. We don't have to change these all things. Simply you have to change the minimum vertical retract, so it will save your retraction time. And go to the arc filter and tolerance, that's 0 to 5, it is 250 micron. When you will go to the when you will go for actual machining, that time you can make it 1 micron, so you will get the better finish. So I am just making it for example, so I am just giving 250 micron of total tolerance. Okay, that's good. We will say okay. So you can see in a few seconds uh, raster programs generated. So you can see how it is looking like. I will activate the backplot and I will show you that how it will work. So you can see it will work like this. So it is a 0 degree of toolpath. So you can make it 45 degree or 90 degree or whatever you need, you can make it change. Okay, so it's done. And also we have done all these things also, equal and all. And one more thing I would like to show you, there is curvature option, right? So you can click here. So it will show you the minimum radius in this model. So as you can see, now it is showing this is 2 mm and these are the higher radius. So just leave it. You can check the minimum radius in the model. That's also useful. So okay, done. We have done the 3D programming in this session.